The Love Life and Lose Weight podcast will teach you the art and science of changing your habits around food. If you know what to do, but can't figure out why you're just not doing it, this is the right podcast for you. I'm your host, Advanced Certified Weight and Life Coach Heather Beardsley. I've helped hundreds of women just like you figure out how to think and eat like a normal eater, lose weight, and love life on the journey to goal weight and beyond. Hey friends, welcome back to Love Life and Lose Weight. This is our final episode of 2025. This one's a little different. I wanted to talk to you about some themes that came in for me on the day that I'm recording this, which is just a little bit back in time. I'm recording this on the 17th of December. Every morning I read from 3 books to help me stay grounded, and they help provoke important themes that help inform just me on a personal level. And also they really do inform my coaching a lot. These 3 books are, the first one is The Daily Laws by Robert Greene. The second one is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And the third one is The Daily Pressfield by Steven Pressfield. These are all authors that I admire greatly, and they come from perspectives that I really admire. So today, all 3 of the readings for the 17th of December pointed to some of the same truths, but from different angles. And it really stuck with me all day, so much so that I wanted to bring those conclusions here to you all. I feel like it's really, really important to remember these 3 themes. Number 1, nothing is promised. Number 2, time is finite. And the third is that because of those 2 things, nothing is promised and time is finite, what we choose to give our attention to matters so deeply. Robert Greene wrote about impermanence today, about letting the temporary nature of literally everything that we attend to in our lives really sink in. He said, try to think of everything that you attend to today, that you notice, as if it was be the last time that you see it. And the Stoics, from Ryan Holiday's book, he reminded me that we don't control outcomes. We only control what we do, what we're in charge of, right? What we have control over, which is how we think, how we feel, and what we do or don't do with our lives. And then finally, Steven Pressfield, in his entry for the day I'm on in his book, he talked about devotion, not drama, showing up for the work because for the simple reason that it's ours to do, and not because it guarantees us anything from the effort in that work. The work, your work, the work of weight loss, whatever it is our work to do for the sake of itself, not because it guarantees us anything. And I think there's a lot to be said here for, the focus of this podcast, which is weight management. Sitting with all of that this morning, I really was moved to feel something more clearly than ever, which is both a tenderness for the truth that no day is promised, the clarity that comes from that, and then this weird contradiction that comes from it. Like, if our time here on earth is truly limited, and you don't want to waste time on what's not important, then what do we focus on? How can we live the mundane life of human life without paying attention to the small things that don't matter? We can't just sit here in a cave and meditate on great themes of human existence, right? So it's a contradiction. And this is what I want to say about that. In the grand scheme of things, I want you all to remember that weight management is not the most important thing in life. But yet, after more than 10 years of coaching myself and thousands of women through this work, I know exactly why it does matter, because this work of figuring out how to create what you want in your life, um, done well, done gently, done honestly, done with genuine curiosity about what is possible for you in your life, will teach us all something far bigger than how to manage what the scale says. It teaches us who we are in the process of doing the work. It teaches us how we treat ourselves when things don't go as we expected, how we stay with feeling really uncomfortable with what's happening without turning in on ourselves, how to listen to ourselves, deeply listen to the wisdom of the body, to the wisdom of inner self and what she truly wants, instead of overriding it with have to, need to, should type thinking. We learn how to make promises and actually keep them, how to increase our reputation with ourselves, how to show up as that person that we can rely on, which is ourselves. And it also teaches us how to recover when we don't know how to respect our limits, when we get it wrong, when we fall on our face, when we're pissed at ourselves, when we don't understand why we do what we do. How do we recover from these things and keep going with ourselves? It teaches us how we adapt when life suddenly changes, or when life changes in tiny, incremental, slight bits every day. It also teaches us how to honor our uniqueness instead of forcing ourselves into what we think should happen, right? To really truly honor how we are different and unique and unlike anybody else. Weight loss isn't the point here. What is the point in pursuing this quote work is who you become in the process of learning how to manage your weight in a way that doesn't extract too big of a cost on who you are and loving yourself in the process. So, weight is just the arena in this idea of impermanence, right? And control, what we can control, right? And what is important. So, my message to you today at the end of this month is to use impermanence as your teacher as we move into the new year, meaning nothing is promised, right? There are no guarantees, not even tomorrow. Green's message to me today was really sobering. Let the impermanence of it all sink in. Nothing lasts, not our bodies, not our circumstances, not our roles, and not our seasons. And when you really let that land, really consider it, something interesting happens. You stop gripping so tightly on your weight management. You stop panicking quite as much, and you stop turning every fluctuation, every setback, every imperfect day into a referendum. You start asking better questions. How do I want to live today? How do I want to treat myself in this tender moment? What actually matters right now? And it's true that impermanence doesn't make life meaningless, it makes it precious. So we move on to this idea of control and choice. The Stoics, Stoicism, that Ryan Holiday writes about in his book, it reminds us of something that is so grounding through this process. When we're faced with the impermanence of life, right? Because it can be extremely dysregulating to really think about how nothing is guaranteed. I mean, it's terrifying to think no day is promised. So we ground ourselves through knowing that we don't control outcomes, we don't control timelines, we don't control other people, we don't even fully control our bodies, even though we might be able to influence them. but we do control our attention, our effort, our integrity, and our response. We control how we show up. And when you approach your weight management from that place, not holding on too tightly, not as a way to fix, but as a daily practice of self respect, curiosity, and self love, it will transmute into something very different. Your weight management becomes a way of saying, I am worth taking care of, even when I don't know how this is going to turn out. So, this is about devotion, not drama. Pressfield talks about devotion in this way. And this is an act of practice, right? Devotion is a practice. It's something that we come to every day, not obsession, not urgent, not all or nothing thinking, but just devotion, just showing up, because this work, while it might seem frivolous, when you are truly faced with, you know, turns in the road in your life where like it's not the most important thing, but it is meaningful to you. Obviously, you're listening to this podcast because it is meaningful to you. In this way, I give it to you. This is your work, right? This is how you find out who you more fully are, in the understanding of yourself, in the understanding of your physical body, in the understanding of that inner you, who sometimes we don't really get to know until we really work on our weight, because it's yours, because it's part of how you live, because it's what you are given. It's not for you to cling to, but it is how I want you to think about your goals, not as something that saves you, not as something that determines your worth, but as something that you choose to engage with fully and lightly. So today, as you are listening to this, if you're listening on the 30th, my own life is changing in a very real way. My son leaves for basic training today, which is so exciting and so positive. I am so excited for his future. Today is one of those days where life never looks the same again, and that's a good thing. No amount of planning prepares you for moments like today. No system guarantees how things will unfold. And all I can do is hold on lightly, control what I can control, and love and show up, and let go of what I can't control. This is why I teach women to hold their goals with devotion and not too tightly, to care deeply without clinging, and to remind them that this work is there for them to ground them when life changes, which can feel very ungrounding. I'm so glad I have this work for myself, my work with my clients, and in some way, my work with all of you, even if I only know you through the sound of my voice on this podcast. It's about engaging with your work in an act of self discovery as a way to make meaning from your life and as a way of grounding. That's what work does for us, right? While staying open to change, even when it feels emotional. So, to put all of this in perspective for you, work toward what you want, take care of your body, honor your hunger, build consistency with yourself and your reputation with yourself, practice your follow through, work toward becoming stronger in your efforts with this work, steadier and more self trusting. And at the same time, remember, life is moving, time is finite, nothing is promised. Your work matters in all of its iterations in your life. And it isn't everything, but that's exactly what makes it worth doing. And as I like to say, squeeze the juice out of the lemon in your life and enjoy that, right? It is the way that we can engage in life meaningfully and in a way that helps us to get through hard days and also see the beauty in the hardest days. So, as we head toward the new year, I hope you carry this with you. Hold your goals with care, hold yourself with compassion, do the work that matters to you, and let life remain bigger than any outcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting my work. Thank you for telling people about me. Thank you for working with me, those of you who I have had the pleasure of working with. And I'll see you in the new year. Stay focused and so long. I want to let you know that the digital follow through planner is all new and improved, and it's out for the calendar year 2026. It includes many new updated worksheets, and it's a complete system to help you follow through and implement habit change and mindset work on your own at home. I created this planner as an implementation system for my one on one clients so that they could see the patterns that I see as a coach. Not only that, but it also includes my complete integrative weight loss system. Everything I teach you about how to sustainably lose weight without restriction is in there. And I know that since not everyone can work with me, I wanted to make the planner available to you too. This planner will change how you do goal setting. It will change how you do your habit tracking. And it's designed to be doable and flexible, whether you are primarily losing fat, um, if you want to gain muscle, if you're in maintenance, or if you're still in weight loss mode. This planner works for all of that. I'm really excited to show it to you. Go visit hbeardsley.com/planner and have a look. You've got testimonials there. You've got pictures of the worksheets. You have descriptions of all of the new stuff that I put in there to help you create a comprehensive system to help you follow through. I'm super excited and proud of it, and I hope you love it just as much as my personal clients do. Hey, if this episode resonated for you, then let's connect. Visit hbeardsley.com/subscribe. That's HBEARDSLEY.com/subscribe and become a VIP subscriber. You'll learn how to work with me. You'll get 2 free gifts, access to exclusive VIP content, and get a discount on the digital follow-through planner.